However, we're a little bit limited in that respect because we don't want to be encouraging people to go there until there's something to see.
Right. Well, the reason I was asking is if the tourism committee could actually help financially on getting it restored and back to it, because as well, y'all know, is one of Savannah's biggest tourisms is their cemetery.
Yeah.
And if it was done like period times,
yeah,
right on the Riverwalk, which was built for tourism.
Yeah, that's one of our objectives and one of our selling points is that when we do get the site protected with a fence and then make improvements, it will indeed be a tourist draw. It's going to anchor the north end of the Riverwalk.
Right.
And also because it's a historically significant site, it's interesting enough that it's a cemetery with as many people as it has in it, but because of the connection with Clapp's factory and some of the people that were involved there, it really does have a regional impact as a historical site. So that's an important selling point. And I think that's a good idea to contact the Bureau because they may have funds available or other, expertise that they could offer and marshaling resources. One other announcement I had, I haven't heard from Janice lately, but we have a lady named Janice Thurman Newton, or Newton Thurman, I get it backwards. She lives in Atlanta, and she's been researching the Civil War soldiers that were connected with Clapp's factory for us. She's doing it free of charge. And she's already sent me one packet of information. A lot of the people that she looked up are some of my relatives, the Newsoms. And we're going to try to research all of the men that served in the units we know were at Clapp's factory. They were the home guard. And then we'll go on and research other Confederate soldiers who were either that we know were buried there or that worked at some point at the factory or whose families were connected in some way. So that is one branch of research that we're pursuing right now. And of course, I'll be doing some research while I'm in town. Cynthia is our research guru, and I was sorry that she couldn't be here while I'm here, but we're planning a spring research trip to Atlanta. And Diane Webb, who also could not be here, she had to go to somebody's wedding in Florida. She and her husband were here in August when we met, and she's my cousin through the Newsoms, and she is coordinating that trip. So anybody wants to go, we could, the more brains we have together, the better. We're going to have the archives up there and the university libraries and so forth. Does anybody else have any announcements? Yes, ma'am.
You're talking about the Columbus Bureau of Tourism. There is also a Georgia Bureau of Tourism.
Yeah.
Also, as places to put your brochures, perhaps we can find somebody who is going in each, or people who are going in all directions on these interstates where the welcome centers are. Welcome centers have just their walls their walls are just covered with brochures about interesting things that are going on. Come here and spend your money and visit with us and what have you. And this might be a good place for our brochures at the time that you're ready to let the public know that we got something for you to look at here.
Yeah, and a tourist information center
and
in each city would be a good place.
Absolutely, not just in Georgia, but also in Phoenix City.
Yeah.
Another possibility might be the Georgia Public Broadcasting System to do a documentary.
I have emailed them about the Clapp factory on some things, but just enough to, when I did all the emailing about the cleanup, I sent it to every area that I could think of as far as TV stations, radio stations, and did send them a notification, but I haven't sent them more information to get them coming in, and that might be something that we could do. Well, they include the web address,
right?
So they do have a place they can go and look, but that might be something that, several of us wanted to do.
Well, there is a division of Georgia Public Service Television called Georgia Places, Georgia Historic Places, Georgia something or another.
Yeah.
Now, those people will do a before and an after, and as we are progressing along, and sometimes they have a tendency to put that on TV before you come to the final tourism place where you really want to push it. But that might create a little bit of enthusiasm for not just this particular area, but for those outlying areas that get these broadcasts. There's they might say, well, I remember. And we might have some more people that we can draw from and get information on. Now there's another, besides GPS, there's another public broadcasting service. And I don't know that much about TV to know what it is. Who was it that works for, or did work for a TV station?
I did, but the only other one that I can think of is that one that, he was a country singer, but he owns Action Buildings around here.
I can't remember his name.
Oh, the guy.
Cantrell?
Yeah, Mark Cantrell. He owned he had a little thing that he'd have like different singers come in to a setup that he had made and record it and broadcast it over this channel. That's the only other one that I can think of.
Like a home-based cable.
Yeah.
No, this was public, Georgia Public Broadcasting and something else. Maybe it'll come to me, or maybe one of us will run across it at some point. I have a TV, I just don't turn it on.
For you.
No electricity, no TV.
Now, you were mentioning earlier about trying to find out about the soldiers that were home based at Clapp and everything. Has anybody thought to contact the Sons of the Confederacy to see if they may have some paperwork on it?
I made a presentation to the local Henry Vending Camp here 2 years ago in June.
Right.
And they are in the process, they've split, and there's a group forming another camp.
Oh, yeah. I got an email from him.
Moses Camp.
The what?
Raphael Moses.
Mm-hmm.
I forget his other given name, it's Israel or something. But Jimbo Willis is the one that split off, and he's going to run the new camp. And then there are some folks we've been in touch with who are still in the old camp. And we, in fact, said he would be on our advisory panel, and I thought he would be good, but he's not.
We need to do a video conference.
Well, we do for our board meetings on the months when we're not here. We teleconference. And the last one we had was teleconference.
That's why I thought about the video conference.
Yeah.
Because of that teleconference thing.
Yeah.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
Okay, if you come across 14th Street Bridge right there up 4th Avenue, there's where the Girard fought with the Civil War.
Yeah.
Come across, there's a plaque there. You go up 2nd Avenue on 35th Street, there's a plaque where there was a war fought there.
Yeah.
The Civil War. Why isn't there a plaque up there when they come across there?
There should be,
There
because
will be.
there actually was action up there.
I mean, actually, because we can bring the Magnolia Island up to Bridge Island.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know what Bridge Island because I lived on it.
Right.
So I mean, why isn't there a plaque there?
Well, we'll have to get one. I've already
Okay.
got plans for historical markers that will talk about the cemetery, the community, and then the factory itself. But because of the Civil War connection and the interest in it, and
There's a lot of
we can
Civil War.
document quite a bit of activity that occurred up there, including, they burned down the mill.
They burned the bridges.
And as well as the bridges.
And,
So, that's a good idea. I hadn't thought about, there may be some organization or agency that actually handles placing those flags.
Yeah, I think the Historical Society puts the markers up, because I know in Phoenix City, on the Phoenix City Riverwalk side, they have some down there for the Creek Indians,
Yeah.
some of their beliefs about the river.
The
And-
tie snake.
Yeah, the tie snake and some other key points. They've also got a part on there about the Dillingham Bridge being
Yeah.
burned and rebuilt too.
Yeah.
So that would help.
I thought some of that, though, on the historical markers, don't we have to pay for that?
They have a matching